Debonair. Okay.
Bucks and Lions, do we want to give our quick thoughts or we want to go straight to the question of the day?
I already knew that
Bucks and
game was
Lions.
gonna be a
No,
dub. I
hey, the
already told
Bucks.
y'all I'm 7-0 with the Bucks. I already know how that team is gonna play. I told y'all it's a script. I literally call it every week of what the Bucks are going to do. I literally say every single which games they're gonna win and which games they're gonna lose. I tell you, bro. Like I know Baker Mayfield.
He did not think they was gonna lose like that.
What you mean? I told you they were going to get their ass kicked, and I laughed and I
I
said,
said
"This is
lose
one of
like
those."
that.
What you mean lose like that? I said, "Bro, it was getting their ass kicked." Mike Evans injury, that's something I can't tell you that
Oh
was
yeah, man.
actually going to
It
happen.
sucked, but
But
Mike
they
Evans been
was,
injured all
you feel
season.
me? Exactly.
I
Like,
would
Yeah,
actually say, ladies and
uh,
gentlemen at home, do not go watch the footage of Mike Evans, bro, because it looked like he almost died on that field, bro. Do not watch that shit, bro. Don't
I
watch that
mean,
shit.
he got like it
you
wasn't
know, he
like
just
Tyreek, bro. It was just a regular
hard
little
fall,
it was a
hard
hard fall.
fall.
It wasn't like
That's it.
Tyreek where Tyreek was
Yeah,
just out here doing
yeah.
figure eights, bro.
And his I don't know if I think we already know, but his he's not gonna get his 1,000 yard record again.
Yeah, he's gonna retire
And
after this season.
I would retire after this season. I was only here for the record at this point. Now I can't
Exactly.
even
I got
finish
my
it.
Super Bowl and I'm only here for the record. So now that
Yeah,
the record
yeah.
is
And
dubbed,
He
it's
got his
dubbed.
ring. Just go ahead and be happy,
the
Yeah.
man.
future looks
That's
bright
it.
for the Bucks,
Yeah, I
so
told
I'm gonna
you
get that
from
out
like
there.
last week, yo, what was going to be the answer for Mike Evans? It's now Mika Ibuka. We got that son.
Tez
Chris,
Johnson.
yeah,
Like
um,
people are stepping up.
yeah, Chris Godwin's gonna be there for the next few years. Like it's still gonna, just it's gonna be there. Like I already, bro.
We not worried. I guess I gotta worry. I gotta deal with them niggas. Ugh,
Yeah, I
bro.
told y'all how that's gonna work. The only game I
They'll
can't
be
really tell
fine. Bucks
y'all
about to be
how we gonna do
mediocre. Trust
is
me.
can
Trust
we
me.
beat them?
At the end of the season, you about to see how much it became a dogfight in the NFC South for some odd reason. It should not be, but watch, it's just gonna be like that. So, uh, Bucks Lions. Shout out to the Lions. They should. This is the games that they should win. Their mindset is Super Bowl. To be honest,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
their
is,
mindset is Super Bowl. To be honest, Super Bowl or bust. So, shout out to the Lions. Shout out to Dan Campbell, one of the best coaches in the league. Just kind of continue to do what you got to do. You got offenses, firing on all cylinders. Defense is working too. Just be careful on your fourth down plays. Those are what kills. That's what's killing the Lions the last two playoffs. Dan Campbell making these gutsy calls. It just happens to not
Again,
work out.
like I said, if you're going to sit up there and gamble for the tie or the guaranteed win.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Agreed.
sit
hey,
there when you have the chance to take it to overtime with a tie, you take the overtime. You don't sit
Mm-hmm.
there and do something stupid and say, "Yeah, I'm going for two." What? And then
hey,
He's just addicted, bro.
the last playoff game, if y'all remember, man, this man he went for two 3 times because they threw 3 flags. You
Mm-hmm.
had 3 chances to kick the ball to go to overtime, and he kept going for two. No, you got it, bro. You
Yeah.
deserve to lose. You deserve
Yeah,
it.
you deserve to
You
lose when you
deserve it.
don't take the
hey,
chance.
like I
You
said,
deserve
Risk
it.
and reward, baby. Yeah, you
like I
deserve to lose.
said,
Yeah, three
yeah,
flags being thrown. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
This,
yeah, but at the same time, I'm not going to fault him. That's his style of play, and
nah,
that's how
this
he
is the
No, bro,
style
plays.
of play.
that's a stupid style of play. That's a
Hey,
stupid style.
you can
You
say
have a
it's a
chance to
stupid
tie the
style of
game.
play. Hey, you can say it's a stupid style of game because at the same time it's 4th and 1, and I'm pretty sure the kicker could have made the field goal right there and tie up the game. But guess what? Sean McVay went for it on 4th and 1 to try to push it and win the game. So I'm not going to fault a coach if that's in his DNA that I'm not going
Why
to.
won't you fault him when he lost twice, 2 years back to back?
Yes, he
Why wouldn't you?
lost, and that's
That's the
why
only
I won't
problem.
have him in my top 5 QB right now. He is top 10 for
I
those
didn't put
exact
Dan Campbell as
reasons.
top five.
Certain people did.
I had him with the
I
top.
have Dan Campbell as
When
top
we were
five.
talking about it, I did have
Over
Dan Campbell as my top five. I like his
There's
I like
nothing
his play
wrong with it.
calling, but it's like it's as Dev said, bro. I sat there in the playoffs and watched him
He,
do it
com-
3 times. I was like, it was
Like
stupid.
I
he
said,
completely changed the culture in Detroit.
that's
That's it.
fine.
Detroit was
So
a
that
shell of
right there.
itself. No
That's
one was
fine.
talking about the Detroit Lions being relevant for the past
That's
20
fine.
years. He made that team relevant.
Yes, they
He
did.
changed the
Stop.
culture.
Stop. That's
He
Absolutely.
a
flipped them
crazy
around
rant.
That's
and took
fine.
them to first place in the NFC.
That's
Yes.
fine. And
But
Mike
people was talking
Tomlin
about the
doesn't have a
Lions. They weren't
losing
talking about it
record,
as much.
and
They
he's
was talking
always
about the
there.
Lions.
No, bro.
So,
The only time people were talking about the Lions was when Calvin Johnson was was making catches, and he was
Exactly.
hey,
playing
They were still
safety.
talking. They were still talking. They were still talking about it.
hey, and I'm just saying,
We had
Mike
what's his
Tomlin
name?
is a 8-8 specialist and doesn't have a losing record and has a Super Bowl to his name. And y'all want to say he's top 5 also because he's a culture guy. I said if culture means everything,
Well,
that's
I have
absolutely
Tomlin
okay.
as top five because
Mm,
it doesn't matter what you do, who you give him. This man is going to come out on top. It may not be in winning in the playoffs, but a lot of people, a lot of head coaches cannot do that. So that's why I had Mike Tomlin as top five. But that's
I have the and
He's
I feel
consistent.
like
he's
every
consistent
Appreciate
year,
every
it.
year.
Yeah, we
And you
every
see, but the
appreciate
yes,
it.
last 3 years, this man hasn't had really much of anything. This man had
Yeah, true. The
Justin Fields.
Steelers.
Yeah, exactly. But the Steelers, this man had Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. This man had all these trash. I mean, honestly, no disrespect, but since Ben Roethlisberger's left, this man really hasn't had anybody for the starting QB. If you really want to be honest,
Justin
okay.
Fields had that
Yeah.
team 4-2, but 5-1, but they
he was
pulled the
five
plug
and
on that
one,
man,
and then they took
and
him
they
out and
pulled the
put in
plug,
Russell Wilson,
which
Hey,
was a
Yeah.
terrible decision.
which
that
I
was
think
sounds
at
stupid.
like
that
a
point,
coach,
That was
if
a
right?
your
terrible
starting
decision.
QB has you hot and you're 5-1, you don't pull him out for a guy that you wasn't certain on him being the starter anyway because
Agreed.
he was injured.
Sources, per the
Hey,
sources that came up from the higher ups, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
per
I'm not
sources.
going to put that on Tomlin because I don't
Yeah,
think
I
Tomlin
wouldn't put
would
that
have
on
done something
Tomlin
like
either.
that. That's more
As we've
so from
Okay,
already
a
so then it
higher up.
goes to the Rooney family. It goes to the Rooney family because they're in charge. And if the
Okay.
only thing you can say to me is that, yo, they paid Russell Wilson too much money to have him sit on the bench. That's it. That's the
Hmm.
only thing you can
So
say.
again,
Other than that,
it
it don't
came
make
from the
sense.
higher ups. So
Okay.
I
So
can't fault Tomlin for that. If your boss
yeah.
tells you, "Hey, yo, do ABC 1, 2, 3," that's what you got to do.
ABC 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
That's
that's
true.
fine. So,
That's true.
if your boss tells you that Tua is the guy and we want Tua to be the guy, then Tua is the guy.
All
Okay.
right, so we'll
I literally said,
Oh
see,
man.
this man don't listen. All right.
so we
Yeah.
I'm
finna move
just
on,
saying.
bro.
I
We finna
just
move
Just
said,
on.
what
saying.
do you want this Brian Flores to do? He has to start who he wants the people to start. All right.
Brian
Hmm.
Yeah,
Flores is on the
we're
Vikings.
gonna move on. We're gonna move on, but it's all good.
Hmm.
So with that being said, the recaps are done.